Hey, today I am talking about the roadblock that you might be having with your breakfast. So I have heard more than once girls say, all right, I'm eating breakfast in the morning. Why hasn't my period come back? It's been a few months. So I want to give you this thought to think about today to see if maybe some of it applies to you and you can be like, oh, let me see if I change that, then I'll get some more results. So great, you're eating breakfast. I love it. How are you eating your breakfast? Are you heating it up in a microwave, shoving it in a plastic bag, and eating it as you're walking out the door? Is it something that you are taking bites of in between your phone calls? Are you reading your emails while you eat it? Are you eating it in the car? Are you having to deal with coworkers as you're eating? Or are you able to sit, have a moment, eat it in peace, do a little writing, read a book? There's a difference. Do you have time to have that relaxing start of your day, or are you popping off and running? So consider that. The other thing I wanted to ask you was, how are you waking up to? Because if you are waking up to an alarm clock and you're rushing around and then getting your breakfast and then you're running, like that, that's even more stress. There's also a difference in if you were to work with me and you were to say, oh yeah, I have time to make my breakfast every morning. Okay, that's a lot. That's a highly different lifestyle. If you have the ability that you are waking up early enough to make yourself a breakfast, I would want to know, well, how early are you getting up? Or do you have that stress-free of an atmosphere that you can make your food and, eat it and then go to work? Maybe you're one of those lucky people that starts work at like 9 or 10. These are all things that I would want to know. The other thing that I want you to consider is, what are you eating? Now, I won't be upset if you're having a donut. However, you also need to make sure that you have the proper fuel to be able to regulate your blood sugar. If your body is constantly trying to regulate your blood sugar because all you had was coffee and a donut as you were rushing out, then your body's going to be in a stress state trying to bring it back down and trying to keep it from going too low. And that's not very helpful, right? So what you're eating does matter. If you're gonna have a donut, make sure that you're also having some protein with it. Bring a protein shake. Well, I would suggest having the protein shake before. Have some Canadian bacon, some sausage, some eggs with that. Do something to give your body the ability of regulating that blood sugar with ease. Are you exercising before you're eating your breakfast? I am famous for my 45-minute sweat yoga session that I tried to convince myself and everybody else that it was not stressful. It was stressful. I was sweating. I had to change my clothes. It was not a relaxing way to wake up in the morning. I had brushed my teeth. I had, kind of fixed myself up just enough so I could sneak into my gym on my second floor over here and just, have an extra workout before I even started my day. That fasted yoga that I was doing, it was putting my body in such a state of panic that even when I was doing hard-boiled eggs after that, I didn't notice a difference in getting my period back. It was still too much. So are you exercising before you're having your lunch or your breakfast? Sorry, my gosh. And then the last thing I want to ask you is, are you having caffeine before you eat? And if you're having caffeine after you eat, I like that better. However, if you're having caffeine after you eat, why are you having caffeine after you eat? Is it for enjoyment, or are you using it as a crutch because your sleep stunk? If you are not getting the amount of sleep that you need to help reset and fuel your body, then breakfast isn't going to be the thing that tips the needle. You really have to have that sleep as a foundation. And then, the food will help on top of that. And then you can have more enjoyment of the things like, caffeine just for because you like the taste of coffee or tea or whatever. But that sleep is going to be absolutely key in your recovery. So I think that was about 4 questions that I asked. Let's recap real quick. So if you are having breakfast now and you are hoping to restore your period and improve your hormones, think about how you are eating, how you are waking up, what you are actually eating, if you are exercising before and what that looks like, and your caffeine situation. Consider those things if you are not noticing a difference after eating breakfast in the morning. And by all means, ask me questions. I always do a Dear Abby post on Instagram, so if you want to submit a question for that. My website is in the description, so you can, of course, check there for coaching or further blog advice as well. And I hope this helps you guys. Good luck out there, and I'll talk to you soon.